We run these streets like a dog. I'm gonna quickly check if the stream's on. It hasn't been the stream that's been annoying today. It's been
Yeah.
Hello Neighbor.
I mean, it's probably better that way, you know. That's more manageable.
Yeah, that is less annoying. But Hello Neighbor 1 crashing is definitely the worst part about it.
I swear, like a week ago, the internet was super clunky.
Yeah, it fucking was. Tell me about it. You wanker.
I hate them.
I hate all of them.
Yeah.
You done? Okay.
Don't just have to solve all of the puzzles from before.
Hello Neighbor
You
2!
also have to
Beta.
search the entire map all over again to see where he hid that one, which again can take like an hour just to get back to where we started. And this isn't like a rare once or twice thing. I had this actively destroyed.
I was further ahead, you two. Fuck off.
It was just seconds from being done. The best option in this case is to just restart from
Fucking ad made me go back.
But it makes getting
really?
and genuinely nerve-wracking with the risk of losing sometimes
Why did he go back?
but not in a fun way, or like in a I'm going to break my monitor if this stupid kid catches me one more time. So they gave
Why does the beta look so much more? It's creepy as hell, look at it.
God, what the fuck happened?
I like this build. Like, the only issue is that AI's crap, but, you know, it's Hello Neighbor.
Puzzles a bit, but none of this mentions what I think is the best part of the game I've conveniently left out. The story and the ending. See, like I said...
Ah, yes.
It's just that we are imagining playing games to see neighbors' children in a loving and happy family. But this family dynamic doesn't always stay this way.
Nope.
There are various cutscenes that tell a genuinely tear-jerking story. After starting and beating the first stage,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
putting together and sharing the largest painting how good and healthy their relationship was. However, during the second game,
Was.
the kids looked outside to see that nobody was home and their parents had not returned.
It's the diabolical crow! Oh, he's trying to rape me! No! How dare you?
He's an asshole, Mr. Walker.
Oh, fuck. This while they were playing, drops their mother's purse on the ground, symbolizing that
I only just realised that was the neighbor driver. Fuck!
Station. This is meant to represent the cutscene from the
Of
first
course I
game.
fucked up on that part.
And this was in a coming fight after it happened and
Oh, you
devastating.
diabolical.
They make it dinner once again without their mother.
Why is this cutscene so...
That's fucking things happen. She visits her mother, who was just as depressed, and his optimism was slowly starting to fade. Fortunately, Maya this time is able to get him to play one more game.
You understand it
with
now.
a rifle to try and cheer him up. But
This
this
is
quickly goes too far, as afterwards he begins to aggressively attack her roommates. Once more, they eat dinner together, and instead of sharing the orange spoon, Aaron steals the spoon from her aggressively and pushes her over, getting kicked from the dinner table, but not before stealing Maya's doll that she was using to comfort herself throughout the tragedy. When Maya confronts him, he suggests one final game of hide and seek for the doll, this time bringing us to a larger, more expansive version of the home from the perspective of the child. And after parkouring around and reaching the roof, there we see it. The doll we had been looking for. We go over to the edge of the beach for a reunited.
Just realised, where did the fan go? It's right there.
Went down on the two sides.
And eventually accidentally
Fuck!
shove backward and off of the roof. This was no longer imagination or a game, but real life. Immediately he realized what he did, but it was
no.
late. Maya fell off of the home and slowly drifted away from her brother, fading the game into black, and then the credits roll, while the neighbor, now with his iconic black gloves from
Ow!
Oh, for fuck's sake, I just fucking hate this game.
right after losing his life. This ending is
I swear this thing updates in the beta, but not in the main game. Like this little board.
Yeah.
His neighbor was surrounded by death, and the person he was locking in his basement
Why is this so much better?
his own son. After all, it was the last family member he had left.
You're not my real son.
Obviously,
My
they
baby's
had
Eggman.
alluded to this. Seeing it play out in these cutscenes.
Wow! What the fuck?
It flips the
I
entire
got designed it. Go fuck off.
immediately making the neighbor a sympathetic anti-hero rather than a cynical villain, while also
Anti-hero.
telling a voiceless but super powerful story about the long-term negative effects of trauma, which is a much bigger message than what you'd expect from a game like Hello Neighbor, but it's done well nonetheless. Also, them foreshadowing this ending in the first game through one of the mid-game interludes is absolutely awesome. The game itself, when it comes to how fun it is honestly only alright at best, and extremely annoying at worst, and I would rate this game...
Fuck you fucking worthless cow.
But the great storytelling between the acts showcasing the rapid descent of the family bumps it up quite a bit for me to like a 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah, seems
Yeah. What would you give it?
probably an 8.
Same as the main game?
It's kind of a thing where, like, I think it's a better game, but I don't have as much fun with it, but I still enjoy it, so...
Yeah. I'll give it 7.5.
Yeah.
Because I do enjoy the first a little higher.
Yeah. It's just back... Oh, for fuck's sake! Why is it always that one now? It was like the last, like, game that was in the good on it.
Yep.
Unless you count the original Hello Neighbor stuff.
That's good. We love that. Dr. Eggman.
Hello Neighbor definitely had its own fucking 06 era. Someone might say that's the actual first game, but whatever.
Fuck 'em.
No, I think you mean the whole thing. Ah! Why is this so difficult now? I was able to do this on the fucking DS. And that's way more annoying to control.
Looks like he's gonna rate Secret Neighbor now.
No.
Here we have one of the most interesting games in the franchise.
What's the weird?
Secret Neighbor.
Mhm.
Secret Neighbor was released in 2019 after a beta, and is a social deduction multiplayer game, where we actually play as a bunch of children trying to infiltrate the neighbor's basement, having to find key cards to unlock different rooms in the mega home, and eventually collect keys to open the basement and escape. The only thing is, one of the children isn't a child, and is instead the neighbor in disguise, in charge of hindering kids' progress while also leading them into places alone and kidnapping them to hopefully stop their journey. The various different children get their own abilities, like being able to shoot things or hold extra items, along with the neighbor, who can also be swapped around for various different antagonists from future games.
Fucking
and there's
hell.
other maps outside of the neighbor's home.
God damn it!
Essentially, it's just Among Us, but Hello Neighbor. Granted, this game actually came well before Among Us got popular, so they actually need the internet to praise. But then you might be wondering why this game never caught all of the hype, and the answer is
No! I fucking did it and died! Fuck
now,
off!
like some things, I think the maps are at least
Okay, so now I know the
creative,
universe is
and
gonna
it's
go
cool
with
to
me
have
first.
randomly swapping keys around the areas to essentially allow there to be infinite amounts of ways for the game to be played, which in a lot of ways is great for fans
That's
of the
my
Hello
opinion.
Neighbor franchise. However, after playing the game a couple times, there's one really big issue, which is that it gets really boring really quickly.
Oh.
There aren't any puzzles or anything
I mean, I'd
to
say
shake
after
up the
3 hours.
gameplay, and it literally is just looking for keys every time, which unsurprisingly gets really stale after a couple playthroughs. They do kinda try to address this by making us collect key cards or crowbars to access different parts of the map, but those you also just find by looking around the map and end up being more of
The mechanic isn't even right.
and the game would have benefited a lot more with an Among Us type task system to keep things fresh. Instead of just grabbing keys from drawers, it would be cooler if we had to complete small tasks as a group and
Yeah,
then
well, fuck you.
Plus, with the title being a social deduction game, it inherently requires the people you're playing with to be social. But this is nearly impossible, at least in the current state of the game. There are often just
Fuck!
players on,
Fuck this fucking level.
Never talk or do anything to progress the game when it comes to figuring out who the neighbor is. Meaning, most of the time, unless you have a full lobby of friends, there aren't really any social parts to it. You just kind of have to hope and pray the neighbor doesn't get you. And if you're playing as the neighbor, most of the time the teams aren't organized enough to really notice if somebody goes missing or turn into the neighbor.
Back to this now.
However, in the rare event that the children are organized, it's basically unplayable as the neighbor because, like I said, there's no tasks or anything that require them to separate like what you see in most social deduction games. So they can usually just stick together 99% of the time, making picking them off basically impossible. The game mostly shines when playing with friends, and while I used to play this with friends a lot back in the day and had a good time.
You.
Nowadays, it's really hard to get a large group together to
This
play
level.
this when, mind you, it costs $20, especially when it gets boring after just a couple of playthroughs and barely has any players. It's also a bit frustrating that with the game's price, there's a big focus on microtransactions, which would be acceptable in a free game. Obviously, they have to make money somehow.
I'm surprised it is 20 quid, to be honest.
And with servers as inactive as they are, it's a bit crazy to be asking people for more money. So overall, rating the game
fuck
is
off.
honestly kind of hard because the servers are so dead. Nobody really plays them how they're supposed to, and it gets boring so fast anyway.
Oh, please just give me a
I
fucking
to
attempt.
rate a game like this that's almost 6 years old now and hasn't gotten an update in a while. The rating, at least what we have now, I'd say it's like a high 3 to maybe 4 out of 10.
Worst level in the
Generous.
fucking
I definitely
game.
don't recommend getting
By
this game
fucking
unless
far.
you and a group of friends are playing it together. Also, I must mention that they later on would port the game onto Roblox, which is just a buggier, less polished version. Although it is free, so if you're trying to get a group together, this is probably the best option.
Also put in big box.
Look, the time actually goes in this one.
Yeah, the final game doesn't even have that, lol.
It actually changes the cycle. Ah, that's nice of you, Hello Neighbor 2 Beta. Better than the final game.
Indeed.
Developers would hide a URL inside of Secret Neighbor that when entering
yeah.
would download
Entering the hello guest.
Yes!
I'm saying
Yeah, it is, honestly.
to unlock an 80-digit code. We could then
Oh, this game looks cool, though. Look at the Sumia...
Yes.
Diabolic Sumia.
This mysterious blue-tinted abandoned theme park.
Blue-tinted
Where our job
tints.
as a player was to go around the theme park and stop vandals from destroying the equipment, while also exploring and trying to find secrets. With the main enemy being a brand new character, the Gap.
The frames love to not work in this one. Okay, now.
And running away when we turn around.
Indeed.
Do you remember how in the beta sometimes the bakery's house can just burn up?
Which has the bonus real-life effect of immediately
Whoa.
You can just catch on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick. Final game doesn't even do that.
Let us buy items to improve and help with its
What the fuck? Why not, though?
You can find a powered-down roller
So
coaster
stupid.
inside of the park that
I don't get it.
To do this,
I get it. Actually, I don't.
And jumping across into this room, we are met with the roller coaster's power source that needed gas. Then, when going to the store, we needed to purchase a bunch of gas to fill it up, allowing us to power it on. But first, we have to turn off all of the leaking pipes around the room in a short amount of time to keep it from powering off. Then, simply drive the roller coaster through, revealing a creepy cutscene that at the end it took us to a rocket ride in a wall.
I didn't realize. What did he give Secret Neighbor? I don't even fucking know.
Oh shit, yeah. I don't see.
I've been too focused on this game.
I was too busy.
What I heard was poo blocks.
Taking us to this must mention that they later on would port the game onto Roblox, which is
Yeah,
just
cool.
few and they have now. Is it how they're supposed to mice like that focus on micro, especially when and a lot back in, especially when
Did you even
focus
read
on
it?
micro. It's a bit crazy to be asking people for more money. So overall, rating the game is honestly kind of hard because these servers are so dead, nobody even really plays it how they're supposed to, and it gets boring so fast anyway. I guess it's kind of a bad time to rate a game like this that's almost 6 years old now and hasn't gotten an update in a while. But rating at least what we have now, I'd say it's like a high 3 to maybe 4 out of 10 if I'm being generous. I definitely don't recommend getting this game unless you and a group of friends are playing it together. Also, I must mention that they later on would put the game onto GROMIT.
Oh, where'd you come from? Just randomly showed up.
If you're trying to get a group together, this is probably the best option. So the Hello Yes prototype is probably one of the most interesting Hello Neighbor games.
Wait, what did he give it?
In December
Like
2019, the developers would hide a URL
Full
of the
screen
items
generous.
of Neighbor that, when entering, would download a game blocked by a passcode. Where, after completing an extremely long ARG indie game to unlock an 80-digit code, we could then use it to unlock and download the game Hello Yes, taking us to this mysterious blue-tinted abandoned theme park, where our job as the player was to go around the theme park and stop vandals from destroying the equipment, while also exploring and trying to find secrets, with the main enemy being a brand new character, the Guest, who would chase us around like a weeping angel, coming towards us while we look away and running away when we turn around. Get caught by him and lose time on the day and lowered sanity, which has the bonus real-life effect of immediately making you nauseous. At the end of each night, the player would earn money based on how many vandals they stopped, and then a store sequence let us buy items to improve and help with exploring. To beat the game, we can find a powered-down roller coaster attraction inside of the park that we needed to turn back on.
Yeah, it is kind of annoying. The puzzles in
jumping across into this room,
whatever this game's called again.
Hello, Guest.
Store, we needed to purchase a bunch of gas to fill it up, allowing us to power it on. But first we have to turn off all of the leaking pipes around the room in a short amount of time to keep it from powering off. Then simply ride the roller coaster through, revealing a creepy cutscene that at the end...
Oh look, the beta actually has this as well. The annual Simmon poster.
This feels more canon than the first game.
Indeed is a lovely to wear if you want to be bullied by everyone on the planet.
Mayak House, which I know is important for the lore, I just don't remember how. Plus, there's also a negative ending.
No, the Mayak House doesn't mean anything, don't worry.
Now, the gameplay
It was cool, but they abandoned it.
Yeah. So, it doesn't mean anything at all.
With being such a large and expansive world, that is extremely confusing for new players, since there's only a couple of rooms that actually matter to the game, and for everything else, you're just kind of searching around for nothing. And also, as I'm sure you can tell, this title is extremely unfinished. Less than any other Neighbor game since the pre-alpha. Most objects have no textures, a lot of them are just white rectangles, and it's as easy to break or cheat the game as just jumping across to the final section.
Yeah. Have we played this? We have, right?
Well, a game job recreation. All it was putting into a thing.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Then being able to go to the shop and buy items as needed. It's a really fun
I think that became the only way to play it.
Yeah.
Freddy's mixed with the repo, if that makes sense.
Only
Plus, for what the gameplay lacks in its depth,
Oh, come on.
they more than make up for it with the antagonist, the Guest, and the environment. The Guest AI is still pretty glitchy, like the Neighbor, often acting weird and inconsistent, but the Weeping Angel function works really well in this game, constantly keeping me on my toes, knowing he could be right behind me at any moment. It makes it a genuinely scary Neighbor game, unlike anything we've seen since the pre-alpha.
It's not really kind of Neighbor, but
a super creepy environment.
Yeah, but it's different.
Visually super eerie, even if a lot of it is unfinished. Plus, while how much weight you put on this is extremely subjective, there's also something to be said about the game being so niche and hard to access
under the map then.
It almost gives it a sense of like we're playing a leaked game or something we're not supposed to have.
Yes.
A lack of knowledge
Love it.
to the audio, dare I say, adds to the horror, making it feel more mysterious, like I mentioned earlier. Now, to be honest, the puzzles and the general gameplay severely weigh the game down, as obviously they're glitchy, hard to understand, and are borderline impossible to beat without a guide or prior knowledge. And if you weren't there for the initial discovery of this game, you probably won't feel those same vibes as I do that make it so interesting to me personally. But regardless, despite its flaws, it's definitely one of the most innovative and interesting title so far. I'd say it's a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I agree. Shut up. Jungus, don't skip! You can't!
The squeak.
You really didn't want to skip. Ah, well, it feels weird seeing this room not filled with, you know.
Oh yeah, you think like that. Oh,
This time we actually play as new characters, either Clinton or Beatrix, your choice.
Wow.
They've added a ton here, including a new art style, an entirely new map and objective, and overall a game that makes for one of, if not the best Hello Neighbor experience yet. The game itself is similar to the prototype in terms of chasing items out of the theme park to collect money and go to the store to buy items, but also far watching a cutscene of them going into the abandoned theme park, we have to go into our office and clock in. From here, there is a locked-off part of the park that is our job to try and access. To do this, first we have to parkour to the top of our office, where inside are a ton of items to help us out.
I saw about the pre-alpha now. I think the prototypes with Genesis 6 is fair.
Yeah.
Higher than I thought he'd give it.
Tower that needs to be powered off with a generator. To do this, we need to go to the tram station on the other side of the map, jump on top of it, and go into this room where there is a generator here, or buy one ourselves in the shop, along with a bunch of wires, and we can plug in a generator here. To open the first door, we then press the first button, and we enter the lighting up code seen here into the dials unlocking it. However, when going to the top of the tower using the fire extinguisher that in this version can make us fly, by the way, we see
just epic.
Another
He's talking about the pre-alpha, which we all love.
from the dials next to the generator. So we then need to purchase /
I have better history and lighting in the front game.
Select the second door option on the generator, and using the monitor enter the lights.
Indeed, it is odd.
Opening the door, we can then fly up and out of. That
Doesn't that just want to make you have a shit?
Into a cutscene where a man
Yeah, maybe later.
ambushes us in
Oh.
alpha. So first, for starters, the
Diabolical
game
egg
is
shits.
significantly improved. It's more polished. The puzzles are still a bit confusing to solve on first playthrough, but nowhere near as bad as the first game. And most importantly of all, it is super fun. A lot of the positives of the prototype are here, like with dealing with the vandals and whatnot, but the items have been expanded wildly. For instance, the shop is still super important for buying
Yes.
upgrades to make beating the game easier, but they also added a lot of crucial items around the
Crucial
items player for exploring. Furthermore, there's a lot of experimental stuff in this game that isn't required, like buying lights that scare the guests away. But the coolest part of the game, even if unnecessary, is at the top of the tram area, they even added a mixer that could be powered on and used to mix various items together to create new ones. These things by no means are required and are very useful for beating the actual game, but it's so much fun to just explore and see what
Almost like they actually tried
the
this game.
gameplay definitely isn't perfect, as the guest has noticeably been pushed down a couple pegs and isn't a huge stretch, while there are still major polishing issues like them not realizing giving the player the ability to fly means they could just fly to the exit, or them not fully fleshing out the tram area when in the files it was clearly meant to have more use, including it even moving, but it's still a lot of fun. Also, might I say, this is by far the most gorgeous game yet. The
It is, yeah. I fucking love the look.
This is by far the highest quality looking game.
Yes.
And despite having
I really like this build, so I'm really happy with every word.
Game, and dare I say, the highest quality neighbor game.
Yes.
To the prototype here, which is bonus points in my eyes. Now, I'm not this was one of the first games that I ever made videos on back in 2020, which I really
That was pretty, yeah, that's awesome.
Manager, and today we are back with another.
It's his old annual stuff.
So that probably affects Explore for me a bit, but regardless, me personally, I absolutely love this game. It's probably a high 7 to low 8 out of 10.
Wow. Fuck yeah. That's his highest one so far.
Wow. That's his favourite so far, then.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I think I give it about a 7 as well.
Yeah, really.
I really like it.
I know, we still haven't properly beaten it yet.
Well, I have beaten it before, but there's 2 ways, and we did it the easier way.
Yeah. Well, it is a little awkward to figure out how to do it the longer way, though. It's not, like, bad, it's just really complicated.
Yeah.
Isn't that just summed up every kind of bigger thing? Yeah.
Indeed. Diabolical Dr. Eggman's.
Yeah.
Eggman!
Here we are with the
So
very
unfair.
first version of Hello Neighbor 2 Alpha 1. After Hello Guest Alpha 1, there were rumors of an Alpha 2 being developed, including some behind-the-scenes animation.
Why would they even be
An
rumors?
extended version of the first version ending. However, with the next
I love it. Why would there be rumors?
we were surprised that they were working on Hello Neighbor 2, releasing its very first version, Alpha 1. In this version,
Wow.
Quentin
So this
once
is
again
kind of an...
investigating
I don't know, though. I still see this as part of the Hello Guest area.
as we come across the
Yeah.
guest outside of a worn-out Alpha 2 home, locking up his attic, a direct flip of what we saw in the main games with the basement. And just like old times, we have to unlock the...
It's 'cause it's the Crow, you know. But this is when it started to be called Hello Neighbor 2. Just where the whole, in Hello Neighbor 2, you will take a massive shit on yourself. That's where that comes from.
Yeah.
It's starting now.
Taking that shit on
yourselves. As for the key, it is defended in flames from the gas fireplace, which he spends most of his idle time stoking with trash found around his house. All we have to
'Cause he's the annual.
flame, either by tossing water into it, waiting the fire out manually while distracting the guest, or other methods like removing all the trash from his home, causing it to go out, which when doing so reveals the key, letting us
Key.
finally grab something to help us into the attic like a rope or a generator and swing or climb inside, where we find and grab a gas suit and outside then see the neighbor waiting for us, ending the alpha. So first, regarding the puzzles, while I don't hate them this time around, I actually appreciate how straightforward they are compared to other neighbor versions. They are sometimes pretty boring or annoying to solve, as they mostly involve waiting around for the guests to either enter a code or waiting around for the fire to burn out, which both takes forever and can be super irritating thanks to this new guest AI, which I'll address shortly. But to temperament this problem, there are various side quests and ways to speed up these processes, like the aforementioned water
Like my annual Eggman processor.
the selling points of the game, the open world, where instead of going to the shop or
Yes.
to collect all of the items we need, certain items can be found outside of
Those things
the
don't like stores to me.
neighborhood to make this
Do they?
easy. Which, to give them credit, is a great idea.
Wonder what he'll give Alpha 1.
Yes. To be fully fleshed out yet or anything, but at least for rating this game version objectively, the open world elements are extremely bare bones and unnecessary. There isn't much incentive
They're
to
bears.
leave the hero's home, and if you do, most of the items you find are generally not over the top. Outside of the puzzles, though, clearly the devs listened to at least some of the criticisms of the first game, as this time around, the physics are decently improved, working pretty similar to Hello Guest, but
Nice.
some new features like being able to grapple onto anything close and no longer dying from fall damage, rather just dropping and having a longer animation. So those are some really positive changes and make traversing around the area no longer too frustrating. It's actually pretty satisfying, if anything. Especially for the last bit, where you have to get creative with the physics to reach the attic by swinging around like a monkey inside.
Monkey.
Ourselves. The environment is also quite nice. It's clear a lot of the game was copy-pasted from Hello Guest, including the great visual switches it was.
Which is good. That's what I mean, it still feels like that.
It's an interesting story. In the first couple alphas of Hella Gas, they did a great job at building this creepy.
I like how you could do shit like this. That doesn't look right.
That's not correct. That's not how that's supposed to be.
Looks like cocaine to me.
Looks like that's a kind of vacuum.
Both annoying to play against and also removed any of the horror I mentioned before.
But these are, you know, these posters. They're from that game. These things,
Yeah.
which is pretty annual.
Previous neighbor build. But the main new issue this time around is that they make the guest much more interactive than the neighbor was before, and what he's doing in
Which is good.
extreme, forcing us to keep a good eye on him in case he tries to enter the code or grab some trash to fuel his fire, which could be a good idea if done correctly, but with his oversensitivity, not only does he make solving the puzzles pretty annoying when he's actively chasing after us, but a lot of the time he makes them take ages, as with the code thing in specific, it's such a dice roll when he will enter the code, and when he finally does, you better not miss it, or worse, have him find you while doing it, because he will drop everything and beeline towards you instantly forgetting the code.
Oh.
Also, when he does catch you, they uniquely add in an animation where he picks the player up and tosses them from the home, allowing the chance for him to trip and fall, or letting us throw something at him ourselves. But this is severely glitchy and ends up being a nuisance more than anything, especially
An Eggman.
as we drop over items, which are always super annoying to try and pick up, especially when he can just relock on us over and over again until we run away. I get that they wanted to add some kind of punishment for dying, but this just comes off as annoying. Another upsetting element of the guest is, like I mentioned, any horror elements that he had in the past alphas are completely lost in this version, as they gave him the ability to trip and fall when
Oh, it's funny though.
into his house, which they completely overturn the player on, as he ends up just ragdolling all over his porch a lot of the time, which, don't get me wrong, is hilarious. But it takes the guest from this weird demonic being to a cute little bird flopping around as he tries to collect the trash for his fire. Something I didn't like, though, is that instead of cameras or other traps,
Oh.
these machines that shoot and stun the player when walking past them. They're annoying when they're placed in bad spots, but far from obnoxious, unlike the rest of his kids. Overall, I don't hate this game. It can be pretty fun, especially when compared to some of Hello Neighbor's initial alphas, but it is a significant step down from what I thought was shaping up to be a historic.
I like it.
It's a decent 5.
I feel like they all.
I'd give it a 6. Yeah. I like it.
Birdie bird. Get fucked, stupid culture. He overextended himself.
Don't you? Do we not know by now?
And they'll never fuck.
I feel like an Eggman.
Stupid Christmas ads.
I skipped you. It's not December yet. Fuck off.
Neighbor 2 is an update to the original alpha, specifically for Halloween, that adds a bunch of theming around the game and also includes quite a bit in terms of new puzzles. As this time, while we still have to access the attic with a key and a crowbar, to unlock it, we have to first get up, which can be done by grabbing the generator and wire from earlier at the gas station, switching this conveyor belt to go backwards by throwing something at the switch, then quickly sneaking inside of the room to grab a fire extinguisher, and then by the upstairs, there's another conveyor belt here we can activate with the generator, and can shoot a crowbar on the shelf above to be dragged outside of the conveyor belt that we can then go and grab from this house. As for the key, once again, it's in the gas furnace. However, this time, the way to get it is to simply go back into his room to flip the switch backwards, causing the trash to go away from the fire, then simply distract the guest by throwing things, chasing him around, or even glitching him like what I did here, and use the fire extinguisher to speed in the process, giving the key. However, this time, when reaching the basement, there were a couple of trick-or-treaters that are in need of some 5 pieces. And this time, the devs tend to take a
Maybe it's just camping there.
as in 5 of the buildings around the neighborhood, we have to parkour up or solve the basic puzzles to collect these set pieces, then give them to the children. Leading to the game's ending, where the neighbor is seen in the attic panicked, and it flashes to Quentin in his house, which is where it ends. Now, 90% of the things I mentioned about Hello Neighbor 2's first alpha apply to this game. The guess is still absolutely wonky, the game's physics are solid, but also a bit wonky. Like, for some reason, if you use the fire extinguisher to fly, you can launch yourself at 1,000 miles an hour.
Whoa.
The design is pretty similar. The only real difference in this one, outside of visual theming, is the gameplay, which honestly is a bit more frustrating than the first alpha, as most of the things we have to do are in the room where the guest spends most of his time, so he tends to just constantly annoy me and drag me.
It's just Alpha 1.5.
You took a shit in that bar last week.
Alpha 1.5 is better than the first one, it's less buggy.
Probably, yeah.
I'd give it... Yeah, but that's, again, that's kind of... Oh, he gave it a 4, fuck off. Oh no, I'd give it like 7.5.
Look what you're fucking.
Oh yes! I hope he gives it high. Well, he probably fucking hates it.
For $60 for the full version with promised DLC. And with this game, a beta version of Hello Neighbor 2, taking us to a completely different setting, where after a short tutorial, Quentin drives into town investigating a suspicious neighbor who now resided in this massive museum-esque house, while his original second alpha house was being raided by the police. After sneaking into the original's basement and grabbing a crowbar, we could then access the neighbor's new home and find there are 3 animal heads we needed to collect to unlock.
Yep, that's what I'm doing right now.
Hey, I was supposed to be a diabolical here.
Previous alphas had only teased there being open world elements. This game is the first one to fully make that transition, as in order to unlock the heads, we have to visit 3 different homes around the neighborhood and solve puzzles. The taxidermist house, who we can
Which is what I'm on.
Fish head.
It's true.
His workbench,
I
where
bet I
he
hate
eventually
you.
grabs it and brings it out to use for target practice where he can stick.
I literally just got it right as he did. That's so amazing.
Then wait for
Now
him
he's
to
now
sleep, where we can sneak into
taking a
his
shit
locked room
in
and
that
pick up
pudding
the
again.
airhead over his bed. Then finally there's the baker's bakery,
Oh, you
where we can grab a lockpick from the kitchen and use it to unlock this pretzel key, which then can be used back at the neighbor's home to unlock this room with a fridge containing the final board, which
Fuck off with
unlock
that.
the attic, where we see a shadow of a child before the game ends. Now, I actually liked this beta when it first released back in 2022, and was quite aggressive and harsh with it. Mostly discussing how angry I was having paid $60 for a beta that was only an hour long and wasn't really
Well, there is also the main game.
Especially since there
But
was
yeah,
such a
you're still right though.
things like the AI, which I'll talk about in a moment. So for this beta is just a game and not under the lens of all of the hype and build up leading up to it. I actually ended up eating my words a bit because
No, he likes it now. See? The one that smelt it dealt it.
With different areas having different vibes, including the neighbors.
The one who smelt it felt it head.
Over the sounds of children screaming, building the tension and horror around what could be happening inside.
Yes. I'm gay! Dexter! Oh no! Dexter, don't watch Brain Rot, silly. That was so retarded.
Why does it have to be?
They do a good job making it obvious what
That should be a
players
fucking
do with their
fun
paintings and whatnot,
I
showing
know.
the items will be hiding. And a lot of the puzzles themselves are pretty
Has to be Dexter as well, fuck me.
One day there something that's so dumb. It's gonna be hilarious that you're not able to actually get videos first from people.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And waiting for the taxidermist to do all the work in his home. They don't take full advantage of all of this new space, although I'll try to take 200 odd puzzles over the unfinished ones we got while working on the original neighbor betas, where they failed to implement a lot of the crucial details and clues to solve them, leaving them feeling extremely confusing. There are definitely still a fair share of issues with this game, as immediately I could tell another reason for my disappointment in this game back when it first released was the AI. The devs made the AI of this game more of a key selling point than ever before, releasing demonstrations and everything to flex the future of what we can expect from Hello Neighbor. When in all reality, the AI is still extremely buggy. They often have no idea what they're doing in the slightest. The only real new feature these AIs have is the ability to cut the player off better, which is nice and even reminds me of what we had in the
I've never seen that, but
sometimes it even struggles to do
Never.
that, and there's no elements of the AI improving over time.
every copy of Hello Neighbor 2 is personalized. Oh, fuck off! Are you shitting me?
In this beta, but it does remove a lot of the novelty of what made
Oh my god.
and at its core, the AI often feels buggy and non-sentient, and at best, overall, while I understand a lot of the disappointment when it came to the marketing and build-up of this game, especially with its crazy $40 price tag, playing the game retrospectively with
He's on his City.
Having a shit and I'm having a
He doesn't
shit.
even have a TV though.
Guest, who was advertised as like the main dude for multiple versions, is nowhere to be found in this game. Spare the occasional reference and jump scare when swerving off of the tutorial.
Like
otherwise, it's a low to solid 7 out of 10.
He gave the beta a 7? Well, fuck yeah.
Oh,
Wait, that's like one of his highest ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fuck yeah, he actually likes it. Well, good, so do I. Now he's going to make the Hello Neighbor 2 demo, something we never played.
Yeah.
So we actually don't know.
Out of 10.
We are now at the final version of Hello Neighbor 2 before its full release, the playtest. This final pre-release version
Fucking Christ.
classic cat and mouse neighbor style in the Alpha 2 house, occupied once again by the neighbor, where this time we have to find 4 keys to enter the basement. The first one is gotten by unlocking the safe using the color banners above and the color-coded writing on the hopscotch drawing in the ceiling to come up with the passcode giving us systems, allowing us to cut this pillow here, revealing the first key. For the second key, at the bottom of the shelf, you can see a robot statue sitting in a certain pose, and inside of it is an arm. Find the statue in real life and match it to the shape to reveal a lever, which can be used on the bear to lower the second key.
Okay, but the scissors in the tree house
By
is
finding
fucking
5
stupid.
crooked frames around the house and switching
This is the demo. I know it looks the same to basically is.
I got confused, I forgot the demo existed.
Neighbor and his children around the map. The neighbor is laying in the kitchen. Aaron is laying in a vent that can be opened by taking the wrench from the neighbor's waist and unlocking it. Then for the daughter Maya, throughout the house there are a couple map pieces that can be collected and placed here, revealing that there is something hiding behind the barn across the road. Grab the shovel from the neighbor's backyard and head to the treasure where, for digging it up, we find the Maya figure. Take the 3 of them and put them on top of this figure house and unlock the final key, ending the playtest. Now this version of the game, despite it not being really talked about that much, is actually pretty good. The puzzles first off work out pretty well. I thought they were fun, creative, and were by no means too difficult, which is something I can't really say about a lot of the other neighbor games. They definitely nailed the puzzles on the head with this one. I also love how, while I haven't mentioned it for the past few neighbor versions, this random cat named Ember and finally makes an appearance in this one, blocking off one of the map pieces, which we can move by giving them food. Now, despite the puzzles being pretty good, the neighbor still leaves a bit to be desired, as this is still the cramped Alpha 2 house, and the neighbor this time around doesn't really ever go outside or have any other distracting tasks other than sitting with you on the front door. So he isn't annoyingly fast or anything like that, and leaves us alone if we go anywhere out of reach. He does tend to chase the player around a bit more than I'd like, but nothing bad. Overall, this playtest is simple.
Come on.
It's a great time. And if you
Why don't you just give up?
I really recommend it. It's a high 7 out of 10.
Fuck, you get damn. So Hello Neighbor 2's final thing looks quite promising.
Sure, I've never played the demo.
It's basically, imagine
I know what
the
it
cop
is.
thing, but the neighbor, and
Yeah.
it's a bit different.
Yeah. The main thing I know about it is that I know once I
We
did
are
watch the
finally
for
at
it.
the full
Yeah, so that's how I knew it.
too. Now, I should know I am playing
Hello Neighbor
the
2's main
release
game.
version of the game, and apparently there have been updates since the last time I played it in 2022.
So you're not playing the one that doesn't even work? Alright.
Leading up to this have been
We're gonna get your dick cut off, alright? Oh, okay.
The game essentially is an extended version of the beta build, where after investigating the Alpha 2 house once more as Quentin, we uncover a paper from the neighbor's son, Aaron, asking for help. And like previous builds, we then try to access the neighbor's attic by going into each home around the neighborhood and solving puzzles, this time to get keys and other items to unveil the attic and its secrets. Where after reaching the attic, we finally find Aaron. However, the neighbor catches us and instead locks us in the attic, where we then have to break out of his house to save Aaron. And when doing so,
It's like if
ends up
Hannibal
getting
won.
crushed by his chandelier, which forces his son to stay and watch after it. As we get knocked out by a mysterious being ending the game. Now,
Ooh,
the first
who is
thing
it?
with this final
I
version
bet it's the
is
granny from Where Rabbit.
which, while pretty bare in the betas, and especially the alphas, allowed us to at least explore the world freely and in any order, no restrictions. However, in the final game here, every area is locked off and are slowly unlocked one by one as we need them, which essentially takes all the open world elements out of the game and realistically just separates it into first one. Although chances are they probably did this because without it, it would make the puzzles even more confusing than they already are this time around. I'd argue that the puzzles in this game are some of the worst out of all the sequel versions. For one, at the start when we break into the Alpha 2 house, it's essentially the playtest house from before with similar puzzles and objectives. However, instead of a neighbor, we are avoiding a police officer, along with them changing some of the puzzles a little bit, specifically adding an upstairs, which, despite the small change, makes things quite a bit less fun, since it costs me to get stuck up here with the cop constantly, which can be really, really annoying, especially when most of the new puzzles involve searching every nook and cranny for various items or switches hiding in plain sight, only to be interrupted constantly by the cops. So out of the gate, that's a slight downgrade. The three main houses we travel throughout the game, the first place being the bakery is probably the best of the three. We basically just have to collect all of the numbers to fix the baker's cash register, and I didn't find these puzzles to be too annoying.
Oh no, the bakery one's my least fixed. That's where the game broke for me.
With the taxidermist, conversely, is one of the worst sections we've gotten in the entire franchise.
More like twats
outside of his home.
Lose some weight, Heisenberg.
Stuff, including flipping a bunch of board heads around the house, selecting the letters to his fridge, and other frustrating stuff, which wouldn't inherently be that bad if it weren't for the horrific design of this house and the AI to go along with it.
Yep.
The puzzles in the beta were short enough that I didn't really spend
I really don't like that part. I usually just skip it.
in this fully fledged
At least you can skip it though.
really showy.
Yeah, I think
The
that's
taxidermist is constantly chasing me around, and
Yeah, it's good.
find any point in my entire playthrough
Probably
where
the
he's not
fastest design
chasing
choice.
Yeah, they did that on purpose. They were like, you know what?
We know it's bad.
Even if they don't see me, they
No,
will still
we're
drive
sorry.
towards my location, and a lot of the time will literally stand right behind the doors I try to enter waiting for me, to the point where sometimes if I go from door to door, especially in this location, the taxidermist will move across them over. It's really, really frustrating, and this part absolutely sucks.
How long did it take me to beat that?
Mayor's house, we have to collect
I wasn't rushing. I was kind of taking it slow. That's fine.
In this one, the AI isn't as bad.
It's a diabolical beta though.
I remember
Got some
when I
slack.
thought that would be the first act of the game.
Remember, this is actually beta 1.1
Oh yeah,
because they annually updated it.
they added 5 times.
You did. Dr. Eggman is.
I haven't heard that word was added a lot. So
often pretty confusing as well. And then finally, for the neighbor's home at the museum, after finishing each puzzle in all of the
Yes,
other
I noticed
locations,
these
we
puzzles.
unlock various pieces to help us make progress at the neighbors, working as our sort of hub world, which I actually think is pretty well done. And I also think for how large the museum is, the devs do a decent job at drifting the player in the right direction, albeit from a couple puzzles like this one where we needed to get TV signal for a code, so we have to climb above the TV.
The only cool thing in this beta, you can actually always go to sleep whenever you want to fast forward time, similar to GTA 5.
guide or prior knowledge because the satellite is super tucked away. And
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock right now. Is it actually though? No, it's annual 10.
I think that is
Just a bit.
the largest issue with this game. They advertised it as being such a big selling point of this title and so much more improved compared to the first game, when in all reality, it's realistically just as annoying. The AI in all of these characters are noticeably overly sensitive to everything, as much as just opening doors will set them off sometimes, which is so frustrating because when I do try to sneak, there's no use since they'll always find and spot me. I don't know how much this existed in the betas and whatnot, but those were fortunately short enough where I didn't really notice it. But in the full game, the AI just lives to be rage bait, and other than that, I can't even really find any other notable changes to the AI from the beta and playtest, which is really disappointing. The game is also way too short for its retail price of $40 without
Yes.
DLC. And it only takes a couple of hours to beat, but also at the same time, if it were any longer, the game.
Oh my god! 3 times in a row I missed it.
Devs struggle the most to translate this beta format into a fully fledged professional game, no matter how promising the demo versions were. But it's not like they didn't have material to make the game bigger. I mean, whatever happened to the guest? He isn't here at all.
Literally.
He's being added in later patches through bonus modes. Now, these things being said, I actually don't hate this version of the game. It's by no means awful. A lot of versions, like the physics most of the time, the graphics, and the music still stand out. The game feels a lot more polished and more expensive, if that makes sense, than especially the first full game. So I can give them credit for all of that, and I don't even think the game is bad per se. I just have mostly angled this review negatively because it is extremely disappointing as a final product when most of the benefits are things we already had in the earlier games. So with that being said, that's why Hello Neighbor 2 is...
Okay, before he says, for me it's a 4 or 5. For me.
For me it's like 2.
Yeah, that's fair. Because of the missed promises.
Yeah. Also, it's just the way Tiny Dog acted about it in general. The game just has a really bad taste.
Yeah. It's fair. I'm not going to say it isn't, because that is totally fair to say. But I can't really say I don't like it when I constantly replay it. Do you know what I mean? Just like, there's things I like about it and things I don't. And I would actually give it higher, but it's the missed promises that make it a 4 or 5. You know what I mean? So, if that wasn't there, it would be higher, but, you know.
Also, you never really see me replay the second game.
Yeah, I obviously like it way more.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I like Hello Neighbor series a lot more.
I'd rather play like fucking Actual 4.
Really? Fuck.
Yeah. I don't really care for the maps in this game either.
I like the beta as well.
It's kind of fun part. I didn't like playing the beta, but just like...
I prefer the beta.
Yeah.
Because I give that like a 6.
It's the same idea, but it actually fits in canon more. It's actually like better in some way.
Yeah, because of the, you know.
Oh my god.
It is technically true.
Honestly, when we first played the beta, you know, it's actually fitting that the Hello Neighbor 2 playlist on Repod actually begins with the beta. That's the actual game. Everything else was just as updates and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Literally updates and shit.
So yeah, we give Hello Neighbor 1 an 8, then Hello Neighbor 2. I give it a little higher, but Wallace gives it quite low. Then of course, the beta. Ooh.
Yeah. That is about it indeed. Oh god.
Diabolical Dr. Eggmans.
A high 4 to low 5.
Oh! He gave it the exact same as me.
Yeah.
I said 4 or 5, and so did he.
Seems like...
Yeah, it looks like me and him just rate it the exact same.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there we go then. I agree with why he gave the beta as well. Yeah, he also prefers the beta and the demo. Hello Neighbor 2, you never fail to disappoint.
Indeed. We are candy bar. Fine.
The diabolical Eggman.
Eggmans. Eggmans! I was like, why is the music from there?
Diabolicals.
Yeah, basically the same idea. Oh, it's a safe city.
Love you, Eggman.
Eggman ordering again.
He's rating the Hello Neighbor 2 DLC as a separate thing.
I rated 2 eggs out of 5.
Hello Neighbor 2, with its launch, also had various different DLCs released alongside, also had Siege. There's Back to School for $15, which takes place in a school with a
$15,
janitor and his various dogs. Lake Keys, also for $15, which takes place in a library with, of course, a librarian. Hello Guest, or Patch 9, which isn't technically a viable...
That's free as well. That's funny. It's actually funny that that's free, but the library one isn't. Because, you know, the Halloween update's way better, so... The Halloween update basically is just like a DLC thing, alongside the other two.
Kinda, yeah. That's what I expected them to do with the guest.
Yeah, there was going to be more, remember? Patch 10, the very, very iconic Patch 10. That didn't even...
Yeah, it doesn't actually exist. It never did.
Unfortunately.
Well, I guess. It's not like I've said I wanted them to twist it, and they did eventually. I don't know, maybe they common sense just returned. But, yeah.
Why don't you just fuck off?
I have a feeling they did like barely any work on patch 10 and eventually like, oh, fuck it. We know it's going to be shit and no one's going to buy it.
Eventually, the kid came out and was like, hello, I want to do Hello Neighbor.
Yeah. You know, it's possible the third game might be the end of the franchise, but like even if it's a good game, like that could be it. Because like Tiny Dog probably won't be able to top it. And I don't know if he will be able to like make. I don't know if he'll want to make another one. Like once he's
done his goal, he's achieved it. We'll see. Maybe if he gets like the greatest idea ever, which is possible.
Chances are he'll want to work on something.
Oh, nice! It's a rocket ship!
Oh,
what's it doing here?
Mate!
Oh.
This doesn't make any sense, lad. How could it be here?
Oh look, I didn't know they did steak at a bakery.
Oh, a nice
stupid
steak. Get up!
Become Dr. Eggman. That's what Wallace meant to say.
No.
Yes.
Side quest
Free bonus.
Main game featuring the guest. Then there's
Woody, look, it's a croissant!
just a DLC that adds a bonus helicopter cannon
Goody.
to the base game for an additional $6.
What was it then?
Croissant.
Oh, you really did look.
They also released all of this in a deluxe version for
They
$20
definitely
for
just
the
did,
base
though. You
game,
just said
making
it.
$60 for the full product. These DLCs, specifically the viable ones, have a
Isn't that
very
pretzel
interesting
as well?
history, being released with the full game as
She must only in the main game.
That's like the one
being
thing I'd say on this one.
so much so that Steel Studios, the ones who
Pretzel key, though.
made these DLCs, also known
It's so stupid.
And the sign has a pretzel.
Oh yes.
That's an Eggman!
I bet you Connie, I can rest the pretzels.
However, since then, a bunch of patches have released aiming to fix them, along with adding the Hello Guest thing I mentioned earlier. So what we have today are the versions I'll be judging. First, starting with Back to School, we have to explore this school inhabited by a janitor and his dogs, where we're tasked to complete various different puzzles like acquiring keys, powering generators...
Surprise, motherfucker. I brought you some French fries, motherfucker. I got some cream pies, motherfucker.
Yes.
this DLC is
Eggman enjoyed that one.
You know that's how I start my mornings, the intro.
Ah, yes. Oh, yes. The annual intro. Diabolicals. Eggster, more like.
That's like one of the few intros I never skip.
Oh.
This DLC is just a directionless mess that feels more like one with April's free alphas or betas than a final product. The second DLC, Late Fees, is one of the only games I've ever seen to have a mostly negative reception on Steam.
Wow.
Likely due to
That's funny.
DLCs releasing unfinished. However, upon playing it today, I was actually surprised that I enjoyed at least the main part of the DLC quite a bit. It's essentially like a spiritual.
He enjoys Late Fees.
Where we basically collect 8 fun books and then place them in their corresponding bookshelves to light up their icons here and
How to know something alien or season if they like Late Fees or not.
They're definitely not difficult by any means, with the only main issue here being the AI of the librarian being pretty terrible, but this being a huge map with all sorts of platforming and places to move made her at least a bit more manageable than most. Still not acceptable for the supposed AI quality you would expect, but manageable.
No.
Oh my god. What is this shit? Why is this
zone is the ending, because it's really bad. After collecting all the books and flipping this switch, the chandelier on top breaks, leaving us with a key to open the basement.
Oh, okay, so that's what you do.
Further, all of this weird goo to the
Well, I don't need to do it now because I've seen it.
causing people to stop.
Woody, look, there's a ghost on.
This sounds like it's
And a clean. No, that's a cranberry pie.
Yeah, no, it's not like clean pie.
My phone is dying, so I'll be able to fix it. But I didn't know.
See, I'm far from an expert on this, but
I'm like 63 stars.
Probably only do a bit more anyways.
Yeah, alright.
frame of gameplay process. However, this is
Yeah, nearly halfway through the game already.
120 frames per second, for instance.
64 is actually
is
short.
extremely fast.
Oh yeah, this is you. So in order to beat this, you have to change the frame rate of your game. I'm not even joking, because the oil changes, like the level changes based on your frame rate. So if you have your frame rate too high, it's impossible to beat. If you have your frame rate really low, it goes slower.
Okay, that is.
I know,
Okay.
it's terrible.
Okay, I'm not gonna blame Tiny Bill for this one. Actually, Steel Wool Studios, you really didn't fucking kid it. You just wanted to pay Jack and Tiny Bill.
Yeah, you know one thing? They ended up having a fallout after this because of how shit it was at first. You know, the DLCs didn't even work.
Yeah.
And then it was,
Credited.
yeah, you know how the games actually work now. That was Tiny Build updating it,
Oh, well. Okay, I'm sorry.
so it was actually Tiny Build in the right there.
In the 10-year anniversary Griffin, Scott Cawthon did another fucking interview with Dolko. And he said, like, how Steel Wool Studios was, like, the perfect studio to work with. Listen, Scott Cawthon's a really nice person and stuff, but I do not see that at all. Maybe it really
Maybe
is.
he was just being a really nice person.
Chances are, it's like Helpmantic is a genuinely, like, really awesome game and stuff like that. Like, the FNAF games by Steel Wool Studios are actually good, but they just didn't care for Hello Neighbor at all. They just collected a paycheck and just delivered a rubbish shit.
Yeah, you're gonna say Tiny Build's not a right there.
You're right. That is a bit expensive to Steel Wool. They
Yeah.
arguably some of them.
Well, Back to School one's still really good anyway.
Yeah. I always like that just
While lowering the frame rate to say 60 frames,
We have to.
speed
Look,
it
we
turns
have
it
to.
into a- It makes the
What's
game's
she doing?
difficulty completely dependent on something as random as the user frame rates. So there's no set difficulty, and it kind of kills all the build up leading to the scene.
Wallace, what's she
Also, once I
doing?
get to the top didn't have an ending. That was just it for the game. I saw
Oh, she's stuck. Find a place to buy it yourself.
But if the game is so unfinished, it can't even end properly, then they are clearly a few pages too short from calling this one a complete product. As for the free Hello Guest DLC, I can cut the devs a little slack for this being included with the main game, and it seems to be their attempt at apologizing for the lack of the guest and the scrapping of Hello Guest entirely by making a mini extension game that features the guest as the main antagonist, which I can totally respect.
Oh, something to be said.
Hmm?
Breaking news. Before, what is it?
There is new culture.
Right, yeah. Nintendo Direct announcement.
Join
Join us on Wednesday, November 12th for Nintendo Direct, and it will have the Mario Galaxy movie trailer in the beginning.
Oh, fuck.
So, like, sources with true.
Yeah.
Told you. But this is a Nintendo Direct plus it. So,
Wait, is it this Wednesday?
yeah, as I said.
Oh. Okay, we actually got something exciting.
See, I fucking told you.
Yeah, John, I guess you were right. Okay, so guys, tomorrow maybe we'll do Carnival 3, Prototype 3. Then on Wednesday we'll watch the Direct. When is the Direct?
Oh my god, you will just ask that.
I mean like the day. I mean not the day, I mean the time and day.
2 p.m. as usual. It's always 2.
Okay. Well, that won't be a problem, right?
So we're probably going to get cast announcements as well. I'm assuming it'll be like 15 minutes. It's about My Galaxy, and then it'll be a... We might get a Mario game announcement here.
That is true. This might be the big this is the real big Direct.
Hopefully. This is really soon.
Yeah.
Like, they wouldn't just do a Direct just for a trailer.
Alright, go clasp your hands together and pray for a new 3D Mario.
The thing is, just talk about Galaxy trailer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm better off only being exposed to 3D Mario if that actually shows up.
Hmm. See, I like sources always, right? I've also shown this.
Wow.
It's an annual poster.
So, not really. Aren't you excited for the new Super Mario movie?
No.
What about Five Nights at Freddy's the 2? How exciting does that seem to you?
And rewards. Watch. Wow, if Chang's sources are entirely correct, we'll get GTA as well.
Yeah. Even that exciting. That is true, actually. You got new training. Racing. And the second box for Golden has arrived. I don't know why it's significantly quicker than the first, so.
Good for you, Echo.
it.
Dr. Eggman likes eating annuals.
And like cream, delicious.
Yeah, it's me, Admiral Bowser Jr.
Yeah.
He's on your screen. Well, he's not.
Yeah.
They can't even open wardrobes at the beta.
Of course they can.
I thought they could, but okay. Annual Eggman. Eggman thinks that you should commit suicide. Eggman is unreal. Eggman thinks you should just die.
Did I do? Don't do much better. Eggman diagnoses you with breathlessness. Yes.
She's still stuck.
What a fucking dumbass.
Eggman likes you know what he likes. I wish the direct was tomorrow.
Yeah.
But my sources say GTA 6 will be tomorrow.
Oh, so that'll be something exciting. You know,
No, that's not as likely though.
yeah. I feel like that will be one thing that doesn't happen.
Yeah, probably.
It'd be nice though, wouldn't it?
No. I don't want to trade that. I want the game.
Yeah.
I've already seen Lucia's ass a lot. I know what I'm in for. They need to see more.
You can like what you would be doing anyway with the game.
Yeah. Hey, Tails.
Hey, Sonic. Ha ha hi.
Feeling fat?
No, I'm feeling fine.
Good. You shouldn't feel fat. You're not, Tails. You're a great woman, right?
Why are you feeling the need to get a reaction already?
Elaborate?
I'm here too. And I miss my friend's art show. Well, it makes sense why you'd be the greatest of the two.
He would, though.
Well, no.
And I miss my friend's Eggman.
Does that entitle me to a high, Sonic?
You alright?
Well, that's great.
You gonna try lose the weight soon for Mario?
I might, yes. I probably should.
Bro, you're gonna get pulled off of it.
No, I won't. It's too big. I was like, won't let it happen.
If you miss weight, then it will.
It's been advertised too much.
Think so?
To
be honest, you're probably right. Junior could probably come in like 50 pounds overweight, and still have it fine.
You should say he does it anyways.
God. Ooh. Well, what they do in real world, What they do in the real world is just fine you, but we can't do that.
Right.
I mean, you know, it should probably just be put in the annual contract that you have to go to prison or something. No one would sign that, though.
That's the problem. You just can't do it.
It's either like the only thing you can do is just pull them off it. That's like the worst thing to do.
Wouldn't that make more fucking sense anyway?
Well, I mean, if the contract's strict enough, if you I know it sounds really retarded, but this actually happened a few months ago.
Many of
Like,
things happen to society.
if you just miss like 0.5 pounds, so like half a pound, they'll fine you $500,000.
Right.
It's that fucking strict and stupid. So like, apparently a 0.1 of a pound is worth 100,000, apparently. Yep. Actually happened with me. Yeah.
All I got to say
It's corrupt as hell, but, you know.
is,
You know how sports stuff will be, though.
yep.
To be honest, Charles Odds is a lot better in that sense.
Yeah, true.
Like, I know it still has some issues with, like, maybe biased scoring or whatever, but it's not as bad. Trust me, it's nowhere near as bad. But the reason why is because Charles Odd's actually a fan of it and wants to do it properly and not just fucking scam and fuck everyone over. He just wants something to do, make something fun. That's the difference, really. He actually has passion for it, you know. A lot of people involved with it in the other world just trying to get money out of it and fuck people over.
Yeah.
Again, I don't really think you can call a contract too ridiculous if you're willing to sign it.
I guess, but it comes a point where that's like the only option.
Yeah, no, that's true. To be fair. I mean, Taz pulled out the fight with me just because I put sweets on it, for fuck's sake. Oh, come on. Pulled out just because I wanted to add my brand onto it, like, God.
To be fair, the other day you did actually put up a lot of things.
Not really. Like, he just pulls out of a fight and his excuse is just because of sweets, really. It's the best thing he come up with.
Well, technically that's not what he's signed to.
Yeah, but come on, it's not a big deal. Also, that's not what he told us in the past. He
Yeah.
didn't tell us anything in the past. It took him ages. That's
The
why.
other times the date was changed, it's still stupid.
I mean, that makes a little bit more sense, but like, literally every single time me and him matched up, it always seemed like he had a fucking excuse. So, I just thought, okay, he's obviously just scared of losing to me, so fuck his whatever he has going on.
Maybe.
But that's what I see it as. Kind of annoyed Charizard to let him back in. I don't think he should be allowed, but, you know. So, because I already know, like, Charizard's eventually going to want us to fight again, and it's like,
Don't do it.
well, yeah, I won't. We had, like, fucking 3 attempts, or something, like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
You know what sucks, Eggman? I'm not gonna be able to do Thanksgiving properly this year.
No, but
I know you will. It's like a week before the event, though.
I never sacrificed Thanksgiving, so
Oh, God.
what? Why did that fuck up the plan just to move
Obviously.
What? Like what?
It's a week before the fight.
I'll be fine. It's only Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but it's you, Eggman. You're gonna eat a whole country worth of turkey.
No, the fuck. I'm not
You're gonna eat turkey.
No, I'm not.
What?
No,
I love my innocent dad jokes. So
Oh.
great.
Isn't your stupid dad here? Or is this his dad?
Oh, yes. He's right over there.
Hi, Mom.
So he's just dropped something off the desk.
Yeah, it might have been me who went, oh no, and everything fell.
Was it Hydro?
Which one of us?